It's a DWI stop that left a police officer in tears. A police officer who makes more DWI stops than any cop in the state. Here's News 13's Rebecca Atkins with that video. Rebecca?
Well, Dean, the video clearly paints the picture of a night out gone wrong for a woman barreling down I-40 with her young niece in the car. It was a normal night for State Police Officer Toby LaFave when he spotted a driver in a gold caddy going 96 down I-40, weaving through traffic. He pulled the driver over on the Unser off-ramp. He immediately noticed a little girl unbuckled in the front seat and asked the driver what she was thinking driving like that.
I was scared.
You were scared?
Yeah.
What were you scared of?
I'm scared of the freeway.
The officer had Yvonne Ukestein get out of the car, which she had trouble doing. Then she cut him off while he was questioning her.
I've been behind you for a while.
Yeah. You were behind me.
Talking was hard too. She told him she'd just come from a concert, barely able to stand on her own.
Yvonne, put your phone away.
She says she's worried about her 6-year-old niece still in her front seat.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. I'd be afraid, especially the way you were driving. I'd be afraid too.
The officer tests her, something he's no stranger to.
Stand on my light. Stand on my light.
Ukestein has trouble following orders.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because I am intoxicated.
But this was the final straw.
Just walk normal.
Hey.
Well, no, I didn't say.
Okay.
I said, don't do the ABCs, no.
Officer LaFave arrests her. Moments later, the officer finds strollers in the trunk of the car.
Hey, baby, I'll get it.
He can barely speak on the phone.
That makes my heart hurt.
Moved to tears by the gravity of that moment. Now, court paperwork shows Ukestein struck a plea deal today on the DWI charge. She was also charged with child abuse. That will be dropped. Dean, back to you.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing, entertaining, delightful, great disciple content.
Tell me where the freak's at. Hold up. Hey.
Judge Joe. A woman admits to drinking on St. Paddy's Day while behind the wheel of her ex's car. Graphic designer James Jarvis is suing his ex-girlfriend for damaging his vehicle. Defending Crystal Renteria says the accident wasn't her fault. Now it's Joe time.
Mr. Jarvis?
Yes, sir.
Seems like the day of the green went wrong.
Yeah.
You allege that you loaned your motor vehicle to Miss Renteria on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Bit of damage, and you want compensation for the
Yeah, I wanted to...
total destruction of your 2001 Chevrolet Metro.
That is correct, Your Honor, yes.
And you seem to be defending by alleging that it's his car, so he should be responsible for his own repairs.
That's correct.
The so-called accident wasn't your fault, right?
Yes.
Okay. You first, sir.
Well, I let her borrow the car. I was going to be in San Diego for the weekend of St. Patrick's Day. And she wanted to know...
We're in San Bernardino County, California, right?
Yeah, correct. She was going to be in San Bernardino County. I said that she could use it since I was going to be in San Diego. I was out with friends. We were having our good old-fashioned fun time. And I get a call from Crystal, and she says that, oh, I was in a car accident. The ambulance is checking me out. I asked her if she was okay. She said yes, she was, but she was shooken up. It took about an hour and a half to get from San Diego to where she was. By the time I was there, she said that she was already released from the hospital and that she was going to be going to her mom's house.
Okay, so we'll get into that in a bit, but it looks like this vehicle is totaled.
Yes, absolutely.
Defend yourself, please.
Okay, yes, I was given permission to use his car that weekend. Our relationship was kind of on the rocks, so that's why he wanted to spend St. Patty's in San Diego with his friends, and I was having to work that weekend.
Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fond.
Yeah, yeah. So I was using his car that weekend. Saturday night, I went out with a couple of my friends to a bar, and then I went to go drop them off. And as I was returning to go take my other friend home and then go home to my mom's house where I was staying at that weekend, I came to a red light. It was a 5-stop light, so I had a green arrow to turn left. I was in the middle of the intersection making my turn when the lady that was coming the opposite direction ran the red light and hit me.
Hit you?
Yeah, she hit me.
Explain to me how that happened.
I'm in the middle of the intersection making a left turn. I had the green arrow to turn left.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the intersection, already committed to the turn, and she ran the red light, hit me head on.
Ran light which way? The
opposite direction. Yeah, she was going straight. I believe northbound. I was going southbound, making a turn to go.
So she hit you?
Yeah, she hit me. So there's another case about that too.
Well, that doesn't match what I'm looking at.
Oh,
Not
the
at all.
Police report?
No, I'm looking at the pictures of the vehicle. Let's put them up. The red vehicle.
Yeah. I was in the middle of the intersection.
Somebody hit you.
Yeah.
Where?
In the front.
According to everyone concerned, you got on the wrong side of the roadway and it was a head-on collision.
No. No, that's incorrect.
That's what it looks like.
That's incorrect. They have photos.
Straight up and down, head-on collision because you drifted into the other lane and you don't even remember.
No, I do remember. I remember everything that happened that night.
Oh, how much had you drunk?
Just 3 beers.
This is like day 3, Your Honor, when I, after the accident, that I was able to actually go down and look at the car for the first time. This is... I put a lot of work into this car.
I had told you it was not going to look like your car when you came to the lot.
Well, obviously.
I warned you.
It looks like half of it's gone, but you know what? It breaks my heart because here I am. I have no vehicle. This was at the time I wasn't working, Your Honor, and I relied on this to go to job interviews. Thank God I have a job now and a wonderful boss.
Well, now, hold on a second. Let's just stop a second. I know you had inconvenience. You had a passenger, did you not?
Yes.
Are you aware of the statement that your passenger seems to have given to the responding officers?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't have a green arrow. Your passenger says that you had a stale green light.
She wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
she was on her
she was
iPhone.
texting, but she looked up and you didn't have a green arrow. You had a stale green light.
Well, she was also drinking as well.
Okay, and you were in the left turn lane, and your witness said on the specific question, did you see the other car proceed straight through the intersection? And she stated no.
She wasn't paying attention, like I said. Well, like she said, she was on her phone. The impact of the airbag went off and hit her phone, or her phone hit her face, so she didn't really get to see much.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
Now, you admitted, did you not, that you were drinking?
Yes. Within a 3-hour period, I had 3 beers.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The defendant in this case says she borrowed her ex-boyfriend's car on St. Patrick's Day. She says she wasn't intoxicated when another car hit her. Let's see what the judge thinks.
Did you make this statement to the officers? Quote, as you were going northbound on Victoria, you approached a red light, changed lanes into the left turn lane. You stated that as your light turned green, you proceeded straight into the intersection and attempted to make a left turn into Highland from Victoria Avenue when you struck the second vehicle head on. You make that statement to the officers?
I did make that statement, but I'm not the one that hit.
Well, that doesn't seem to match. You had the green arrow and you are attempting to make a left-hand turn and somebody strikes you because they ran the red light, which would have been a classic T-bone collision. In other words, the individual that you struck was going the opposite direction on the same street you were proceeding on. If you were making a left turn on a green arrow or otherwise, and as you have tried to express yourself in your answer, you had started your left turn, you would have found that the other vehicle would have T-boned you on the passenger side of that vehicle. In fact, what we see is a perfect example of running right head on in a square fashion to another vehicle. Looks like you drifted over the lane and you smacked somebody because you were a little confused. Now, you admitted, did you not, that you were drinking?
Yes. Within a 3-hour period, I had 3 beers. My judgment wasn't clouded at the moment. I remember everything. I remember that night to a T.
Both drivers and passengers of both vehicles only complained of pain. Soft tissue injury. You got charged with DUI. They transported you to the hospital. I was beginning to wonder.
Yes, I was cited.
Your BAC was over the legal limit. Anyway, it doesn't really make any difference. Have you ever heard of a bailment? Anytime you receive the property of another, the personal property of another, you have an obligation to return that property in the same condition you received it.
If I may add more to, please.
There's no defense. It's a bailment.
The car wasn't even worth $2,500.
The car was worth.
You got the car for $1,000 from your aunt.
$2,100. That was the Kelly Blue Book.
You got a bargain.
Back in 2001.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's what I was trying to tell her. She called me and actually said, "Oh, I think you're asking for too much."
Well, hold on. Let me finish up with this. The repair cost prior to the accident.
We were both out that money.
Well, hold on. Stop talking. Blue Book value is $1,925 is the high, so the vehicle's totaled out. So your recovery, under the circumstances, I'll make it $2,000. So be it.
This courtroom is now in recess.